Hi guys. Hey.
Sorry about the delay. We had some my computer was being mean to me.
We're the
Very
April
mean to
Fools,
me.
guys. We are the April damn fools.
Oh yeah, no, like and on top of it, like I literally have it's such a jam-packed stream too. But
Mm-hmm.
welcome. We are going to be talking about a lot of stuff today.
A lot.
Oh, you didn't sing a song.
Oh my god, I didn't sing a song and I don't have scissors. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Throw your humidifier in the air if you need to. Just like
I think I have a
toss it in the
signal
air.
flare somewhere. I'm kidding.
Okay. Oh my gosh, imagine setting that off in an apartment.
Hell
So
no.
yeah, today we are here. We've got a lot of stuff to get through. Site
Mhm.
articles, some things happening with the site, some new stuff coming out with the site. American Song Contest. We've got the running order for Eurovision semifinals. We've got to talk about a pre-party, and then we've got to go ahead and hop into our reviews for 7 songs. So it is going to be a jam-packed day and a jam-packed stream here. So whenever, let's go ahead and let's hop off with site articles. Jordan, do you want to start with that there?
Yeah, of course. So, you guys, just so you know, Alicia Michelle had launched the official merch store for Eurovision Fam, the website. I will be getting a t-shirt myself. There's also a ton of other cool collectibles that you'd be able to find there. Go ahead and check out the site, or you could go ahead and check out Alicia's Twitter herself. You'd be able to see and access the site as it would be available there. But aside from that, we have some more articles for you guys too.
And the
So
link for
Eurovision.
the link is in the description box.
Yeah, the link is
Yeah.
in the description below. Forgot to
Yeah.
say that. So, Eurovision explained the running order. You guys, we have a new member of the team. Her name is Sarah Hawkins, and I believe she's from the States. I forgot to
Yeah.
ask, but
She
yeah,
is from
she's,
I think she's from California too. I'm not
oh,
100%
good
sure,
actually.
but I think she's from
Uh-huh.
Northern California if I'm right. I might
Northern
be
Cal.
wrong, but her
If that's the case, then I'm hella gonna be going out there to meet at some point, talk about Eurovision, all that cool stuff. But
yeah.
she actually had just put up her first article on the site, and it is so good. Like, and I'm not just saying that to kind of just like boost, like, oh my, God, new writer. Like, no, this is actually a very competent, like, wise writer, and
Mhm.
she attacked the idea of the running order in the Eurovision Song Contest and whether or not that actually has implications on the results uh, for how the
Yeah.
show could be run. It's a really excellent article. Go ahead and check it out. Following that, we have another article. Should you get too political? Eurovision, the Olympics, and the apolitical ideal. And this was written by Elda. So this kind of brings back into question the similarity that Eurovision has with the Olympics in that, okay, so now we have in our history this country that has committed kind of like wartime atrocities. To what degree do we want to include them in this international competition if we do want to include them at all? Where do our values stand?
Yeah.
That Elda attacks this rhetoric, or like she what's I can't find the word I'm looking for, but she discusses how in part the Eurovision Song Contest and the Olympics come to this same question.
Yeah.
And our third article is our interview with Almira Zaky, which, if you guys don't know, was the representative for Virginia for the American Song Contest.
Shout out to
Jorge did it for
VA
us,
Nova.
and
Yes.
it
Sorry.
was. We'll talk about Virginia. We will talk about Virginia, but Almira is amazing. She has inspirations like Ariana Grande and Kehlani and a couple others. Go ahead and check out the interview and her other tracks too. But that wraps up our like my recap for the articles on the site so far. We're going to be jumping to the American Song Contest.
Yes, we are going to go ahead and kick that off. We're going to just start off by talking about the songs that were the qualifiers from the first heat, semi, whatever we want to call it. I think the quarterfinals, technically. We're going to call them heats because this is American Melfest, and Melfest calls them heats now. So
Right
our
on.
qualifiers, we did know the automatic qualifier going in from last week, which was Rhode Island. And then
Yeah.
the vote qualifiers were Oklahoma, Puerto Rico, and Connecticut. Um, Genuinely, I am not shocked by any of those results.
No, me neither.
No. They all make sense to me. Oklahoma is K-pop. K-pop fans are terrifying. And if you look at the number of views that song had, it every single song that's competed thus far combined does not equal half the amount of views she has. And
Yeah,
so
and it's because they're more than like competent when it comes to like when things are released and how to like up the traffic in it. That's just within the K-pop tradition, and that was definitely shown here. Like Alexa, super boosted ahead of everybody so far.
yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where K-pop fans are terrifying and they know how exactly to make sure that they get what they want. And I respect
Terrifying,
them.
love you. Terrifying, but love you.
And I respect them for that. When
Uh-huh.
it comes to Puerto Rico, if you guys think the Polish diaspora is real, in the United States, the Puerto Rican diaspora is so real. Like honestly, I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever lived my life without knowing like at least 20 Puerto Ricans. Like I just there's so like it's a big diaspora. Also, I wasn't a big fan of the song, but I do see the appeal of it. And it's nice having like a Latin inspired song by someone who's actually Latino. So yeah.
Like really quickly about that, I was really hoping they weren't going to stage it pink, but Christer Bjorkman runs this show, so anything that has Spanish in it will have that same fuchsia. Anyways, talking a little bit more about Puerto Rico, yeah, a diaspora it has a big part in whether or not a country gets select amount of votes, and you do see that kind of a thing emboldened just kind of with the fact that Puerto Rico qualified with this song. So you see three pieces of the puzzle here when it comes to who could succeed in this type of show lineup. So
Uh-huh.
we have the popular online winner, which was Alexa from Oklahoma. We have the diaspora kind of like momentum carrier, which was Puerto Rico, Christian Pagan. And we have the traditional kind of familiar name that everyone knows who also would do well in a contest like this just by sake of name, who was Michael Bolton from Connecticut. So this, yeah, it was pretty predictable, but there's also kind of a case study of what it looks like for results to come out this way in this type of show.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's like I'm not shocked by any of these results, but yeah. Let's go ahead now and start looking at the Heat 2 songs. I'm just gonna run through, name all the songs, and we can try to kind of talk about our favorites, and then whatever else. So in Heat 2, we had Oregon, Montana, New York, Nebraska, U.S. Virgin Islands, Kentucky, North Dakota, Kansas, Virginia, Maine, and Ohio.
Mhm.
Right? That was everyone? Did I miss anyone?
Yeah.
No, I did not. So, I'm like, I think that's 11 states and territories. So, do you have like one in particular you wanted to start off by talking about? Oh,
Yeah,
excuse me.
I could actually take care of both of these in the same point. So I really like the songs from New York and Virginia. I really like pop, I really like R&B, and these styles just kind of seemed fresh and ready. They seemed polished, and I wasn't really worried about, like, I mean, when I heard the songs, like, I just kind of had a good time with it. It definitely felt more of like Eurovision in like the sense of just putting on a good stage show,
Yeah.
like for both of those songs, and both of those songs just stood out to me melodically too. Those were my favorites coming out of it.
Okay.
And for
Sorry,
you?
I was on
Okay.
mute. I was coughing. I was on mute. Sorry about that. For me, my favorite was. I don't want to be biased. Actually, you know what? We could just like kind of say
Be biased, do it.
my absolute favorite was Maine. I like a folksy song, and I thought
Maine?
Maine was really good. I really enjoyed that. It was very like laid back and chilled out and very like calming, and I'm into that kind of a sound. Other than Maine, my other two favorites were Kansas. I thought that was great. That was some good
Yeah,
polished
just be good. Yeah.
R&B pop hyphen R&B. It was giving me like Usher's first album radio single
Mm.
with like a touch of like
But I mean, like
electronic.
a little bit of an EDM kick, which I
Exactly.
thought was not going to be pulled off well.
That's
I did not
exactly what
think
I
that
was
was going
gonna
to
say.
happen.
I was gonna mention with like electronic elements. It was very good. Like
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm old, so like late '90s, early 2000s. The only thing I listened to was R&B basically.
Mhm.
So it was making me think of that first Usher album and with EDM elements. And I thought it was fantastic. Like, you remind me of a girl, but like laid back and smoother. Exactly what I was thinking of. And then my other favorite was Virginia. I know I'm biased. That's the state I live in. Almira is from not too far away from me, I'm pretty sure. I think I know what county she's from at this point. Um, I'm pretty confident, and I think she's from the same county as me. And weirdly enough, in the postcard, I saw my old job. like the job I had before my current one.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, I know exactly where that's at. It was just one of those things where, yeah, no, I think.
DMV girls really know what DMV girls are up to at all times.
Oh no, we know everything. Like when I was watching her music videos on her YouTube channel, I was like, I know exactly where that music video was filmed. I know exactly where that scene was filmed. I know exactly where that scene was filmed. It's because we're always all over each other. Like, this sounds weird, but like in this area, you're going between two different states in a major city because DC is not a state. It's like a federal thing. It's weird.
Yeah.
DC needs voting rights. I'm sorry. There's more people in DC than there are in Montana. And yet they don't have the same amount of voting rights. It's messed up. But yeah, like you're constantly going between each area. Yeah, like, so those are my favorites. And we have a comment here from Georgios Papadopoulos who says, yes, Virginia was my favorite. So good. I loved her track, reminded me of Summer Walker, and I liked her song. And I like her songs. And then the other comment was, I want Virginia to qualify so bad from the same person. Agreed.
Wow. Okay. So it looks like Virginia, when it comes to us as Eurovision viewers, has that kind of like popular pull. And also, I have to mention her styling. Oh my God, it's my favorite styling so far.
It was gorgeous. Like, I like the satin, like the brown satin suit, like the brown satin set, which is very late 90s, early 2000s R&B, making me think of when TLC showed up at the VMAs with like those satin pajamas on.
Oh my God, yeah.
And like with the sequins do-rag, yeah, it was great. And that hair, girl.
Excellent homage. That was an excellent homage to the R&B heyday.
Yeah, it really was. And like the styling was also making me think of like Aaliyah. Like, no notes on styling. She looked great.
You rocked the boat.
Oh my gosh. No, you're going to make me cry.
No, okay,
you're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
I'm like, honestly, that's like the only celebrity death I ever remember crying over. I'm telling you the truth right now. Like, oh no. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, I know, because I mean, like, she used to be my favorite too.
Yeah.
I did not mean to. Anyways, I'm sorry, you guys. That's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's like, oh no. Sorry. Oh wow.
Leave our girl. Anyways.
Okay, anyways, let's go ahead. And were there any other songs you want to comment on from the second heat?
Not super particularly. I mean, I did also want to mention Kansas because that was also really good, quite experimental, and I love the stage. But other than that, I think it would just be the jury qualifier that would be of most note. Wouldn't you agree?
And that would have been, that jury qualifier was Kentucky with Jordan Smith and the song Sparrow.
Yeah, the song Spirit from Lion King.
Oh my gosh.
What?
See, here's what I think of when I thought of Sparrow. There's a song, it's like a hymn called like The Eye of the Sparrow or something like that. And that's instantly what I thought of when I heard the song and looked at it. The songs don't sound similar.
Is it like the super like slow, gospel-y, sad one?
Like Lauryn Hill has a cover of it.
Then it might be that one, maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't
It's
heard
really
that cover,
popular to play at black funerals in the US, I think. I mean, that's the only place I ever really hear it. But like this song made me think of that as well. And it's not a negative thing. And like that vocal was fantastic. And like on the vocal alone, that should have qualified.
The vocal, I would say, is honestly the best we've had in ASC so far. Like, you could tell this is a very competent performer, knows how to have, like, vocal moments and knows how to save his voice for those vocal moments. Like, we haven't really gotten that so far in this show, but we did get it with him, and so, to me, it does make sense why he did qualify.
Yeah. And did you, like, who do you think?
I do have a sideways-ass opinion about it, though. So, basically, the way that when I heard the song, when I saw it, like, start to be performed, I really appreciated the fact that Krister and team, or Kentucky and team, decided to use like screens with the feathers and stuff. It kind of gave like the ethereal, kind of just like a light vibe. But the song itself is just garage bandy feeling to me. It feels like it was written off of a demo that was created in maybe like 2012. So the notes I made for it, it seems like a song you'd hear from a Blue Sky Studios or a Lesser DreamWorks soundtrack for a film. I do have to say the vocal's really good, and there are two distinct winning moments in the vocal. That is what caused him to qualify in his performance. And yeah, it was those high notes that really carried it through, but overall, I would never personally go out of my way to stream this song. I find the song itself kind of annoying.
I mean, I can see that. Like, I think what your notes are, like, more production-based. Like, if those production changes were
Really
made...
more honing in on the production, yes.
Yeah. It's like, I see what you see there. I see what you mean there. It does sound like it was made on a computer. Like, you can... There's not, like, the fullness you get from instrumentation. And I think, like, there's a lot of... I don't know, maybe it's just a matter of... because I didn't really hone in on that. Like, it wasn't one of those things that was glaringly obvious to me. Like it is with some other songs. But, like, I can see what you mean with that. Like, you just want, like, a fuller, more robust production, and that would prop it up for you.
Yeah, because like the last thing I'm gonna say about it, it felt like the first 10 seconds of the song promised exactly what the next minutes were gonna sound like. There weren't any like kind of unique elements, I guess we would call them, that kind of drew me into it. But he deserved to qualify, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, like, that voice alone. And I think, didn't he write a song for Celine Dion? I don't remember if that was in the postcard. I think it was. So,
Yeah, I didn't see anything like that.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. But he had a picture with Celine Dion in the postcard, and I was like, oh, I see what you did there. And Kirsten slipped in that little Celine Dion won Eurovision in 1988. It's a fun fact.
Oh, Bjorky, Bjork.
Oh, we love ourselves our favorite Swedish producer of television. So, yeah, those are kind of our thoughts. Do you know who do you think is going to qualify from the voters?
Who do I think is going to qualify? I'm really crossing my fingers for Virginia. I do feel like the U.S. Virgin Islands would have a pretty like strong pull. There was New York. I feel like possibly, but I'm also not super like. I can't read the demographic that American viewers like go into. I have a very Eurovision based kind of mindset, so it's hard for me to translate that.
See, I'm pretty sure the U.S. Virgin Islands is in because that was very impactfully visually. Like, looking at that, you could see it, and you could see, like, the cultural aspects. That
Kristen Bjorken Latino fuchsia, though.
I know it was
that same fuchsia.
Pink, but here's the difference. It's better than everything that Memphis has ever given us in that aspect. Yeah. But, like, it was that pink color. I'm okay with the pink color because of the carnival costumes. It all was very cohesive to me. It all made sense that you went with that coloring. So I'm pretty sure the U.S. Virgin Islands is safe. I think not Kentucky. Oh my gosh, I think Kansas is going to get through. There's just something about Kansas that I think it's going to have enough appeal to go in and pick up votes. And because it's an American TV show. Yeah. In American singing competitions, the South does well in the televote. American Idol.
They take the vocal seriously. The South will always count on the live performance to be good. They just care about that.
I think it's just also they watch TV more than anyone else does. You know? So I think that we're going to get a country song through. Of the country-esque songs, the most, like, the one for me that I thought was the most put together, that had the most appeal, would have been Maine. And it's a folk song, but it's still, like, the other options are Montana, and Montana was a mess. Like, let's not pretend.
Montana, I'm sorry, I cackled, but that's all I'm going to say about that.
And then, like, with North Dakota, it was, like, very country rock.
It was really... okay, so she showcased the fact that she was Hidatsa, like, a tribal member. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of that, like, flavor or a little bit more of that identity carried through, because that's in her postcard she said she was really proud to have included. It wasn't immediately apparent to me as a viewer.
I can hook you up with some, like, Blackfoot rappers if you want.
Actually, please do.
Okay, yes. I got some for you.
Actually, please do.
I will happily provide you with some Native American rappers. I know a couple I can hook up with you. I can get you the hookup for. But yeah, like, no, I thought her styling was great, and I like the fact that they brought blankets. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that, like, that's a very, in Plains, Native American, like, Plains tribal tradition. It's a very symbolic thing to have. And
I loved it. She seems like such a character, too. I hope she gets through just based on the kind of person she is.
Yeah, I liked Chloe. Chloe's very sweet, and, you know, she's a horse girl. We love ourselves a horse girl. So, yeah. I wonder, would the horse rule for the postcards carry over to the American Song Contest like they do in the Eurovision Song Contest. Have you not heard this theory?
I don't think so. What theory is this?
I'll have to tell you about it later. It's just like there's a horse thing. That songs with horses in the postcards or in the music videos don't qualify or do well at Eurovision.
What? Oh my gosh, I actually have to know about this.
It's something. It's there's a what's the name of it? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna totally forget. Eurovision Insight. It's like one of their like the person who runs it. It's one of his pet theories that he talks about sometimes in songs and things when they're reviewing stuff. So, yeah.
Dang. Okay.
All right. So we spent a lot of time talking about the second heat of the American Song Contest. I just want to kind of go over a quick little rundown. Where am I? Oh, sorry. Jordan, could you go ahead and read out who's going to be competing in Heat 3?
Yes. So in Heat 3, we have these states of Alabama, Alaska, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Louisiana, New Jersey, the Northern Marianas, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Texas. Wow, we have 2 South states competing against each other in this heat.
Florida's the South too. Don't forget that.
And there's a lot of the South.
Texas, Louisiana. I have no idea how this televote's going to go because the South reigns supreme on TV singing contest. But we'll see what happens. And
I'm excited for the Northern Marianas because, like, y'all have like a population of 7.
You know what?
Love you.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've been to Guam. I've never been there. So yeah.
Me either. I'd love to go, but yeah, those will be competing in Heat 3 coming up this Monday.
All right, and then we have the running order now for Eurovision. Guys.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to switch over to my other.
This is an April Fool's joke. The running order is an April Fool's joke that's going to carry over until May 12th. Mm-hmm. Really? Really? Okay. Uh-huh. Actually, just got the notification before we hopped onto the stream that it was put on streaming, actually. Like, I think I just saw the account tweet that, like, minutes before we jumped on. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of give my quick thoughts about semifinal 1. So, you guys, I personally think Slovenia, Bulgaria, Denmark, and Iceland will unfortunately be the launch pads for the songs that follow them in semifinal 1. Just the way that it's set up, that's just kind of what this promises, knowing Mr. Bjorky Bjork's patterns. But Armenia closing after Norway, I would want to say that that is probably the most jarring thing to me. I thought almost for certain Norway would be the closing song, but Armenia following that, we're gonna like close on like a campfire type like stomp clap hey mason jar like where twine. Like that's the note we're ending on, like a very Mumford and Sonsy kind of note. Unusual, but I'm trusting you in the notion that maybe it does make sense following Give That Wolf a Banana. She might win the semi. I mean, like at that rate, like I saw it and I was like, wow, she's gonna be the first on, and everyone after that's gonna be like, dang, you know? Yeah. But I mean, it's a good song number 2, though. This isn't like a death song number 2. Yeah. Mhm. Giorgio, thank you for the feedback, by the way. You've been helping a lot lately. Oh, okay. Sounds good. So, yeah, the Ukraine performing sixth. We at the team just kind of thought it would be best for Ukraine to open the show, but the fact that Albania is opening, it's not going to take anything away from either of those acts. I feel like Greece is going to be doing pretty well because they performed two spots from the last spot. I have a feeling that that's going to have some really awesome carryover. Portugal, Croatia, and Denmark, those three together, I really hope they don't kind of like cancel each other out, being kind of like guitar-y girl songs.
Yeah.
I hate to use that as the descriptor because they're not similar, but I mean having them so close together in this semifinal, like I'm scared about how they're going to interact.
Well, my biggest thing is like Denmark starts out so. We're gonna talk more about Denmark later. That like I feel like that comes in from Croatia rather nicely, and then it gets you your swing up and then halfway through it swings up, and then that leads you into super upbeat with Austria. It works in that flow.
Launching into Austria, yes, I agree.
Yeah, it kind of goes, okay, we're ramping up and now we're hitting with Austria. So that's a good thing. When it comes to like Moldova, like I can't imagine going between like super chill electronic folksy Netherlands into let's get on a train really loudly Moldova. Like
and then take a bath in cold water right after that.
And then we're gonna calm down with Sodade. Yeah, it's a weird that's my personal one where I'm like, what? I don't know where the commercial is gonna be at. I feel like I think the commercial is gonna be between Ukraine and Bulgaria. There's a commercial, and then between maybe Denmark and Austria, there's a commercial. Because there's two commercial breaks.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
And so I'm like trying to figure that out. I think Iceland and the Greece, they make a good pair. They're both very reliant on harmony. With Greece, you have the two-part, like you have the vocal that's isolated with a two-part harmony on it, and then a three-part harmony on it later on. It works. Like it just those two feed in well. And in this running order, I think Norway looks bad.
Really? You think Norway looks bad?
I think this is a bad running order for Norway. Because when you're listening to it in running order, Norway stands out in a bad way.
But not like in a way that you want? Or
no, it stands out in a way I don't like. Like it just.
Well, I mean, you also hate this song.
I mean, we're gonna talk about the song later, but like it's one of those things where like when you're listening to it, like what, and then you come back with Armenia, it makes Armenia sound better because Armenia wasn't on my radar at all, and this week Armenia is starting to be a song. I'm like, maybe I want this in the final. Like Armenia is growing on me now, and like I think the running order helps with that because I've listened to it in running order now like 3 times. Also, Slovenia is not on Spotify yet. I checked.
Not.
No.
Eurovision account. Don't be lying to your Americans out here.
Unless maybe it's like on the Eurovision. I don't know when the Eurovision CD will go up officially, but maybe, I can't. Yeah. I didn't have it on there. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know I really like disco a lot, and I want disco to qualify, but with this running order, I don't know. And maybe,
you know he is the youngest of all the acts, like the main singer for disco.
I believe it. He's a baby. He looks like a baby. I think they're in high school still. Like everyone in the band is still in high school.
And I love that, Loki.
I love kids. Like that sounds weird. I love it when like kids like music, like this. You know what I mean? Like I think that's so much fun, and because it's like I'm a jazz grandpa. Like when I was their age, I was playing saxophone in a jazz band. Like I'm playing jazz standards. They're playing like their own little music. I think it's great. Jordan, can you move over?
These were my friends in high school.
Yeah. You were just out of frame when you go in that direction. Like when you go to your armrest, you're out of frame. That's all I was always gonna say. But yeah, look, that's the running order for Semi 1. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm sure. So Georgios Papadopoulos says, I'm actually sure that Norway would qualify. Well, at least we Greeks are going to vote for it, so Norway will give us 12 points. Honestly, I'm pretty sure, like, Norway will qualify. I don't like the song personally, but I really do think that they're going to qualify. Like, there's a difference between, like, when I look at who's going to qualify and who's not going to qualify, it's not my personal taste. It's like, because there's stuff that's my personal taste that if we had a Lili run Eurovision final, it would be boring. I promise you. Like, it wouldn't be worth it. And I understand that, like, my taste isn't everyone's taste. I'm, like, looking at other stuff going into it. But yeah, I think that's kind of the first semis running order. We're going to go ahead and talk about the second semifinals running order now.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that to work right? Yes, I did. Hooray. So second semifinal, we have Finland, Israel, Serbia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Malta, San Marino, Australia, Cyprus, Ireland, North Macedonia, Estonia, Romania, Poland, Montenegro, Belgium, Sweden, and the Czech Republic to wrap it up.
Yep.
So, guys, this running order. We're starting on Finland and we're ending on the Czech Republic.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
I understand starting with Finland. Because, like...
I don't want it. I don't want Finland to open. That's just not the opening song to me. Not even close.
I don't want it either, but it's there. And it makes sense. It's an upbeat song. The Rasmus is a very well-known band. It's gonna get people to sit down and watch. You know what I mean? Now, listening to this in running order, Israel is in an actually pretty good spot. I don't like the song.
There's a sharp contrast between Jezebel and I Am that actually might be able to carry him pretty well.
And, like, if Laurie's vocal at Eurovision is not like is like it was at UMK, it's gonna make Israel stand out better because Michael Ben David, I double checked, he's calling himself Mike. He's saying Michael now. So Michael Ben David, his vocal is very strong. I don't like the song, but I can admit he's got a good voice. And his voice, he's got a consistent vocal as well.
I agree.
Now, looking at this running order, we've got, after that, Serbia, which, wherever you put Serbia is going to, stand out, because it's not like anything
Not
else.
only do I feel like it's going to qualify because it's just that excellent of an art piece, but I mean, like, literally through the entire semifinal, everyone's going to remember, like, this act, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's probably what's going to be in the clip. It's going to be the clapping part. Honestly, Azerbaijan's in a bad spot. Like, when you listen to this in running order, you forget Azerbaijan is there.
I'm going to even make a claim in saying that if you start singing Fade to Black and finish the song as not the same, I would not be able to tell when you switched.
Oh my gosh. They're very similar. They're very similar.
I'm making that claim. And it's the fact that they're also in the first half of the same semifinal. That's not going to do either of those songs well, in my opinion. I mean, I do see one of the songs qualifying, and that being Australia.
Yeah.
Because of just how competent of a performance that is, and because it has, like, moments.
And we're gonna talk more about Australia later.
They're too similar, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're gonna talk more about Australia later on. Malta is doomed. Like,
oh, my sweet girl. My sweet
Emma
girl.
Muscat, you're a beautiful young lady. Your voice is gorgeous, but this song,
I love your journey.
This
girl,
song is just,
don't give up.
Yeah, it's Malta. And you know what? Come back to MESC with a song made by the Swedes that's, like, not corporate inclusion, and you know what? Try again. I'm all for that.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
In running order, Georgia outshined her because Georgia is just so Georgia.
Well, not to mention San Marino follows her, and he has just the amount of pull Achille Lauro has in Italy. You know.
Well, Italy's not voting in this semi.
Oh, shoot! You're right. I forgot they're not.
Italy's not voting in this semi.
Well, it depends on how well he could seduce non-Italians.
Have you seen him smile?
We'll get to that.
Sorry. Australia shines beautifully. Like, in running order, it's not as bad as it seems. I do think most of our we're going to get more qualifiers from the first half than we are from the second half. Poland stands out in a positive way.
Yes.
Montenegro gets lost. Belgium, between Montenegro... See, the thing is, Montenegro and Belgium pair up well because they both kind of get lost. And then you come up with Sweden, and Sweden people are going to remember. And ending on the Czech Republic...
people are going to be talking about while the next act is performed. I am almost certain.
Yeah. I think that's going to make it negative. for the Czech Republic, and I do worry about the Czech Republic's qualification at this point because, what's our next topic? Pre-party. We'll talk about pre-party in a second, but the running order, when you actually listen to it in order, makes more sense than it does when you're just looking at it on paper.
Clearly, I have to do that because it still makes no sense to me, but I'm going to do that just to consolidate your point.
I'll pop you over a link. I'll give you a link for that. But yeah, like it's just it makes more sense. And also, I remember reading an interview or watching an interview back in 2017 with a producer, and they were just talking about the running order, and how with the running order, the challenge was trying to make everyone stand out because people wanted to wear white with blue backgrounds. And you can't have the same thing visually constantly. No. So I don't know if there's like this is how.
No.
Well, think about it. Like in 2014 and 2017, half the acts had white outfits on with blue lighting.
That's true.
And
all spanning and level of quality too.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Belarus was the best of that bunch.
Definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt, I completely agree with you there, actually.
But like, yeah, it was like a lot of very similar looking. So this helped. Like, I don't know if maybe this is to help break up to make sure everyone gets a chance to visually stand out too. But it does make more sense when you listen to an order.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So and then Georgios does make another good point, which is Malta always qualifies the juries. I
mean, like, she could be a jury qualifier. She is a very competent vocalist.
Yeah, but the televote's not going to go for this.
It's not going to carry.
No, it's unfortunate. Like, the jury does tend to like Malta because, again, Malta and Albania both are countries that sing. They both are countries that consistently give us an excellent vocal.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, the juries are going to reward a good vocal.
Yeah.
Right, so we're kind of done talking about the running order here. We're going to go ahead and hop on over to discussing the Barcelona Pre-Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to keep this kind of brief with the Barcelona Pre-Party stuff. Yeah, so, what do we have to say about the Barcelona Pre-Party? That audio. I'm blaming the audio engineers. That's the first thing I want to say. Audio engineers, what were you doing?
It sounded like they were recording from like 6 different devices that like weren't in sync and weren't even in remotely the same place.
They had the reverb turned way up. It's like, when you go to karaoke, they turn the reverb up to compensate for bad singers. Kind of makes things sound better. With Eurovision, people can actually sing, so there's no need to turn up the reverb like that.
But they turned it up so high that it sounded like they didn't have a mic.
It was a mess. People's in-ears weren't working. And I know we talked about the Czech Republic because the Czech Republic so far has had 2 rough live performances with Romania and this one. Both times, she clearly was having issues with her in-ears. You know what I mean?
Really sucky.
And it's bad luck. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, it makes me a little worried, but I don't want to go, okay, I'm not going to blame her. I'm going to blame the audio issues. And when the Roop came on, I cannot remember the singer's name, he had issues with the in-ears, and he mentioned he had issues with them. Latvia had to restart.
Get it together, Barcelona. Just get it together.
It's their first time running a pre-party over there on that team.
Is it really their first?
Yeah, it's the first time we've had the Barcelona. Is it? I think Barcelona, this is the first time, but I think we've had Madrid before. I might be mixing up the two. But I think this is the first time we've had a Barcelona pre-party. And honestly, like the audio problems were the biggest thing that stood out. Now, I want to talk about people we saw who we felt overcame those audio issues. So was there anyone in particular that you felt positively about?
Yeah, so really quickly before I say that, I'm going to say pretty good odds some of the acts took some liquid courage before jumping on. Just the confidence was a lot higher this evening than I typically would see from the performers. And I was just kind of wondering, like, I see a connection here. But with that said, I really, really, really loved the performances by Ranella, Chanel, and Monica. Of course, they were just solid. These are performers who just like could win from like a practical standpoint, and yes, they just showed that. It's like, this is a pre-party, but I mean, they still show completely like polished 3 minutes. So I'm not complaining whatsoever. Malta kind of sold. Malta kind of ate a little bit. Like, she tried her best.
It was like, I mean, the song, honestly, nothing against Emma. It's all my issues are with the song itself. Like, I want to make that obvious, like, completely clear. Yes. Like, the issues are the song, not her. Because she can sing, and she's a good performer. The issue is just the song is, what are you doing, girl? For me, Ronella was fantastic. You could not tell she was having any audio issues.
No, you really couldn't. And it's also because, like, she probably just knows the song and all of it, like, all the steps of it that well, where it's just like she doesn't even need in-ear. She could do it in her sleep.
Exactly. And I'm going to actually say the weird reverb thing worked well for Lithuania. Because that song, like, Monica describes that song as being spooky disco. And so a lot of reverb really helped with that spooky vibe. And, like, it still worked. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of, like...
It felt like pitch when she was doing it. Like, it was fun.
Yeah. It wasn't one of those things where I'm like, oh, this is so not listening to this. And then those two were the ones that stood out to me the most in a positive way. 100%. And then the other thing is anyone that you're kind of disappointed by.
LaDonna. I wonder if it was the in-ears, because from what I can recognize, she can deliver a pretty good vocal, but I don't know what it was, like, with this. It also could have been the liquid courage. I mean, this is a party, but...
I thought LaDonna sounded good.
Really?
I thought she sounded good.
It may have been the feed that I was watching, potentially, because... Yeah, it possibly could have been the audio. Now that I think about it, just, like, factoring all of that in, I might rescind that answer. I might have to go back and watch it again, like, from a different video, because the one I watched definitely did not sound good.
Yeah, her audio sounded fine. Her singing was fine to me. I don't like the song still, but, like, her singing was fine. The one for me that I was like, what's the point of this, is Norway. Because that was just straight up feed. That was just straight up playback. There was no...
up there 3 minutes high-fiving.
Yeah. It was, like, literally, it was like, what is the point of you even being here? If you're gonna just come up here, and, like, you could have gone to the studio for dance practice.
Yeah. It's like you could have been productive with your time.
And yeah, that's kind of like, that was the only one. That was the only performance I was like, and we're doing this because, you know what, publicity. Get your face out there on sites to interview and stuff. Since we're not gonna have so many people in the press center this year, a lot of our interviews are going to be coming from these pre-parties. So that's probably a good move. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was like watching dance practice. And I just want to say before we move on to our next topic, which is we're going to be hopping into the reviews. Brooke, I hope you got home.
Yeah, Brooke, I hope everything's okay. Like, I'm sorry, like, airport international travel stuff, if you mess up, like, that is a big problem.
I mean, relatable though. Like, let me lose my passport in Spain. I feel like that's something I've done that. Like, there's a reason why.
Better. She deserves better.
There's a reason why my passport stays in the hotel room. And that's why. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna start talking about our, like, kind of our voting criteria, what we score songs on. Jordan, do you want to just kind of mention what that criteria is?
Yes, so we're going to be reviewing the songs for Australia, Denmark, Finland, Norway, Iceland, Sweden, and Germany. The things we're going to be reviewing in these songs are the lyrical content, the production and genre. We're going to be analyzing if the songs have any unique elements that set them apart from the other songs in the lineup. How well can the song be performed live? We'll be discussing. Would we stream the song? And how do we think the song would qualify for the final if we do think so? So with that said, we're going to begin the discussion with Australia. Sheldon, Riley, not the same.
Well, before we head into that, I just want to show people the rankings we have currently.
Oh, okay. Yes,
so
show the rankings!
We're going to go ahead and pull that up here real quick. I just have to switch over to that screen.
Pull that up. I have to pull up my pants.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Just kind of show you the our qualifiers so far. Just turn this off and turn this on. Okay. So far. Ooh. Hold on. This is being a little. There we go. Okay. So far our qualifiers for the first semi, Jordan and I agree on all of our qualifiers in this so far. So we have Netherlands, Austria, Lithuania, and Moldova are the people we agree on the first semi. And in the second semi, let me move this over here real quick so it's not looking bad. And then you guys can see that. Second semi we agree on everyone as well still, which is the Czech Republic, Ireland, Estonia, and Rome. What is that last one? Poland. Oh my gosh, I can't read. So we kind of agree on that there. And then on the Big Five, we agree on a lot of stuff too on the Big Five here. So moving this over real quick so you guys can see that. That should be turned off. There we go. And on the Big Five, we disagree. Jordan thinks the UK is going to come left-hand side of the scoreboard. I think the UK is going to come on the right-hand side of the scoreboard. And hi, people can now see how bad my layout is right now. So that's cool.
It's all good. We're still cute.
Yeah, weird layout issues. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to the normal one. And so we're going to be talking about songs that we think are going to be doing things at the contest. I'm sorry, I'm like spacing out. So for our songs that we think are going to be the song to review discussion issue. Oh my gosh. You say it, please.
Yeah, you guys, like, we have been having a very challenging morning/afternoon. We're working through it. We're chugging through it. But basically, yeah, we're going to be reviewing the songs allotted from, I believe it's pot 3 or 4.
It's the Nordic pot plus Australia
it's the Nordic
and
pot.
Germany.
That is, like, by all practicalities speaking, this is the Nordic pot, which also includes Germany and Australia. We're going to be talking about all of the assets that I had just mentioned and kind of delineating how we think each song is going to do. But at the beginning of this list, we do have Australia. Sheldon, Riley, not the same.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and kick off how you feel about this one?
Yes. Excellent vocal performance. I love the visual concept. I love Sheldon as a performer. He's a great person. Orion, shush. But the song itself, I'm not in love with. I don't think that this is a kind of song that I would just be like casually humming. Everyone, that's my cat over there. He's yelling as he does. But that's kind of just my immediate thoughts on Australia. What are yours?
When it comes to lyrical content, this is a heavy topic. Shoot,
yeah, I forgot. We have a list. Lyrical content. Very heavy topic. When it comes
to lyrical content, this is a very heavy topic, but I think that lyrically it works at the same time. And it comes off in a relatable way at once, too. I believe Sheldon Riley has been diagnosed with Asperger's, and he was diagnosed at 6. First opening line of the song is explained right there. I
was told at 6 years old.
Yeah. They'd avoid me if my heart was cold, that kind of thing. And it's very much about like how it is where you're trying to communicate and how you're trying to relate to other people when you're on the autism spectrum, which, I am too, so I understand where this is coming from, like, with this. Hi, Sarah! We already discussed your article earlier. I'm sorry. That distracted me. That's Sarah in the chat.
Sorry, we were so late anyways.
Yeah, we were super duper late today. But yeah, sorry. Anyways, focusing back on this, I can see, it's relatable lyrically, you know what I mean? And even if you are not on the autism spectrum, you can relate to not, feeling isolation with the rest of people around you.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm cool with that. Lyrically that works. The verses, there's 2 verses, they both cover the same kind of topic about trying to relate to other people. And then I do like the fact that on the chorus, the first 2 times we hear the chorus, it's self. It's I am, not the same. And then once we get through the bridge, we see a transition towards the end of the bridge where it goes from just me to other people who are like me and feel the same way.
Yeah, that development there, I really do appreciate with the
Hmm.
lyrics. It does contribute in telling the story in the most meaningful way it can. And so,
Hmm.
yeah, the lyrics I say like definitely have one of the greatest assets to me in this song.
Yeah, it's one of those things. This one's actually grown on me in the last
Mm,
week. Like when I'm really focusing on it and how the song is put together, it's really grown on me more. For like unique elements, we're gonna tie that kind of ties in with the lyrics nicely because when you're looking at the bridge, you're getting like this really big build up of,
mhm.
all this stuff is happening musically and in the production, and then it kind of stops, and instead of getting a big climax, it eases back, and it's more like an introverted, broken feel to it,
Yeah,
which I
like
think
a
is
reverse big moment kind of a deal.
exactly. I think that works out really well, especially
Uh-huh.
since I can only really speak for myself and how things are for me. I get social burnout pretty easily. Like
Mm-hmm.
I cannot be around people for too long, or else I just kind of shut down. And for me, this works in with that, especially since this is a point in the song where it goes to not only me but we. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I kind of feel that that's when I kind of start to relate to it more. Is towards the end there when he's bringing other people into the performance. And vocally, this is fantastic. This is
All
the
right.
best
I
male
did not
vocalist
pick
we've
that up
had.
initially. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, this is by far the best male vocalist we have, and like the way the song is constructed works really well with the lyrical content and what the song is about. So I think that this one's really grown on me as I've sat down and really analyzed how it works.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just kind of like a
No, hell yeah. Like we need like whenever I'm gonna be hateful about something, we need you to like bring it back in.
yeah, and that ties into unique elements as well. Because again, instead of a big moment, we have more of a broken moment.
That's so true. Okay, now I'm gonna have to listen to that differently.
Yeah, like with that
Mhm.
mindset, the song works. It works better than I thought it did. Yeah. So the next
Sweet.
criteria. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about unique elements or production or any of that?
No.
Okay, and then we have here our can it be performed live?
Very
Yes.
well. Without a shadow of a
Great
doubt.
vocal. No, it came through national final. Um, I think he was on The Voice. Consistently good vocalist. Yeah, no, this is. I have no worries about how this is going to be live. And the next criteria is will we stream it?
Um, my answer would have been no, but I'm going to kind of access the points that you were saying.
My answer is still no because this isn't the kind of song I want to sit down and listen to. Really, like
Mhm.
this isn't a song I would want to revisit consistently. But I do see the merits of the song
Mhm.
with my analysis. And do you think it's going to qualify? Do we think it's going to qualify?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
qualifying. Like
Uh-huh.
it's qualifying. No, no way, it's not.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, like I had said last week, there are three songs that are very similar on Sad Boy Thursday, and this one's the strongest of the three.
Yeah.
I think only two of those songs are going to get through, and those two songs are going to be Australia and Poland. All right, so we're going to talk about. I'm sorry. So those are our thoughts concerning Australia's song. We're not the same, or not the same, by Sheldon Riley. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into discussing Denmark. Do you want to go
Denmark.
ahead and kick it off?
Yeah, so the lyrics, you can try me. Oh, no, I don't like the lyrics. I tried to analyze the lyrics and I was underwhelmed by literally the entire script of it. Lyrics aren't for me. I was not enchanted by it.
Oh, my note is it is Skater Boy, but instead of being about X, it's about your parents.
Yeah, and I told you Skater Boy's way too generous. Like that, like Skater Boy at least has a story and there is a bit of like a poetic candor there.
I mean, there's a
Here, this was written for Danish TV.
yeah. And I'm gonna just like lyrically, this is so cliche. There's
Yes.
nothing about this that's special. There's not even that many there's not even literary devices really being used in any kind of poetic sense. It's just literal.
I struggle with it. I struggle with it a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm seeing Georgios Papadopoulos up in the chat saying
Who knows?
I actually like Denmark. I'm so sorry, guys. It's
No,
okay.
that's all right.
You
If
can
you
like
it, stand it, defend it.
You can like
what we
it.
do in this fandom.
If you don't know this about me, I am a Denmark hater at Eurovision. And when I say Denmark hater, I mean consistently Denmark is a country that I don't like at Eurovision. Just kind of like the brief version of my manifesto is Denmark plays it too safe too often. When Denmark takes when Denmark takes risks, I do reward those risks, right? Like for me, like, what was it? I do like Say Yes. It's really not great, but I do have a soft spot for it. Last year, I loved them because it was like, who would have thought Denmark's going to sound like this straight up 80s pastiche? I thought that was fun. Tommy Seaback, his songs and the songs his son did in the 80s and 90s, great. 1963, my favorite Eurovision song of all time from Denmark, Dansevis. I like Denmark when they want to be risky. The problem is they often are too safe. And it's like Denmark goes for, let's just play it safe too often. And nah.
And sometimes they're rewarded for that.
They're rewarded for it more often than they should be.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically, I think the way Denmark gets through to the final is the juries go, okay, we need to vote for a song, but we don't want to, like, ruin our chances of winning. I guess we gotta we'll let Denmark through. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Well, that sounds kind of shady, but that's how I feel like Denmark gets through to the final most often. Next part about this is production and genre. It's a pop punk song, but it's too pop. Like
That's generous.
You know what? Let me finish my thoughts.
Yes, technically, yes, this is a pop punk song.
I'm not gonna talk about Only Teardrops. I gotta focus here, Georgios. That's a whole 30-minute long video. Sorry.
I even 30 minutes.
Oh god. So with this song, the slow part is too long. Like, it needs to kick in, because you go through a full verse, I think the full verse, pre-chorus, and then a full chorus before you get to the part where the song actually kicks in. It's too much. If you get your guitars and your instrumentation amping up at the between the verse and the first pre-chorus, like the first verse and the pre-chorus, that would be a great place to actually make the energy come in. The fact that that's lingering, like sitting there for so long, drags it down, and it's like, I need the energy sooner.
Really? We actually hugely disagree. So my thoughts on it is the fact that like the ballad section at the beginning, like which is basically the first half of it. Well, okay, first of all, the song should not be parceled out this way. Definitely, we agree on that point. But mine is that the ballad side is so much better than the upbeat, rocky, punky, poppy side. I much prefer the ballad, and I wish it kind of like stuck with that throughout, and it wasn't the other half. So yeah, we actually have contrasting tastes there.
No. Because to me, at least
Either way, it's not like
we have too many women
unique
ballads.
elements. Like I think that would be the only like thing that I absolutely have to draw to it, other than the fact that like it's Joanna Almeida type staging where it's just like colors.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think the styling on these girls is gorgeous. Like, that styling, excellent styling. Their stylist deserves more money.
I mean, their styling, like, I like how they weren't trying to keep things like camera focus ready kind of a thing. It's kind of like Iceland this year about how they dressed like more authentically but stylishly.
Yeah, no, it's one of those. Unique elements.
I mean, it's half one song, half another song. That's the thing I can say.
You see this? You hear the silence for me? Yeah.
Not me thinking that your audio went bad and then you're just like, no, that is my statement.
So, unique elements. Oh, wait, I already said that. Can it be performed well, or performed live well? Yeah,
Decently.
It's performed live well. Would we stream it?
No.
Again, my audio is fine. No. The answer is no. And do we think it's going to qualify?
No.
I hate to say it. I think it's going to qualify.
Like in a Love is Forever kind of a deal, or like... Elaborate a little bit more.
I think it's going to qualify because Denmark qualifies more often than they should.
Yeah, because I mean, like, safe is something that sadly does well because there is just that much of a voting pool for safe.
It's pleasant, but there's nothing about it that appeals, that makes me drawn to it.
Yeah, it's very cream cheese on the bagel with some room temperature water. Like,
Number one, what type of bagel is it? Because this is not a good bagel. This is a plain bagel with plain cream cheese. I feel very passionately about bagels.
I told you it was a bagel. I hand you an English muffin.
Ew, I hate English muffins. They're so gross. Like, okay, I have texture issues. Like, I have really bad sensory issues, and English muffins.
English muffins are weird.
I hate them. They make my mouth hurt. Like, I don't know how else to phrase it besides they cause me pain. Yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, let's go ahead and let's move on to talking about Finland. The song is Jezebel by the Rasmus.
Yeah, so people.
I want to start this one. I hate the lyrics to this song. They fill me with rage and violence. If I had to make a list of top 10 worst lyrics of the year, it would be all from Jezebel. All of them would come from the song. I hate these lyrics. They make me upset. Especially because, like, when you listen to them talking about it, like, in the UMK postcard, it was, we thought, what is a young woman? No, stop. No, you are 3 40-year-old men. Stop. You don't need to be talking about what young women like, or what young women do. Just stop. No. We're good. Okay, cool? Yeah. Especially, just can't stand it. It comes off very strongly of, I respect you because I want to bang you. Like, I don't like this. This is upsetting. I don't, nope.
It's like he went to Starbucks and the barista, like, dotted, like, the name on his cup with an I, and then he ran away with that for, like, 5 years.
Oh, it's so bad. And like,
that's exactly what the lyrics provide. This is like 3 40-year-old men talking about like the desires of like a young girl. It feels weird. It just feels strange. Don't love it. I don't love the lyrics. I mean, I don't hate them so viscerally quite like you do, but I don't like them.
It's upsetting. It's deeply upsetting. And on top of it, the song is called Jezebel. I'm from the U.S. I'm a woman of color from the U.S. That word has such a bad connotation to me. I'm not like, and it's not one of those things where I'm accusing any of the songwriters of any kind of racism or anything like that. But this, like, just I hear that and it just makes my skin crawl immediately. Like
they could have literally used any other word, any other name,
any other thing, and it's just like I get what they're going for because you go biblical references and stuff like that. Okay, I just like I hate this. I hate the lyrics. I hate them so much. Like, they make me so angry, which is bad because we're talking about, now let's go into production. Production-wise, this is great. This is a solid rock song. It's a bit dated, yes, but it's nice and full. And it's giving you everything. Like, it's a good song musically, but the lyrics just, I hate them. I don't know how else to phrase it because I hate them. I hate.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Like, they are lyrics to be hated.
Yeah, and I like the Rasmus. Like, back in my day when I was like, in middle school, the head goth that I had a little crush on in the high school there, he was a Rasmus fan. So when you got a little crush, you kind of listen to the music that the person you've got a crush on likes, and so I do enjoy the Rasmus. Yeah. I do like rock music. Like, that's my genre. Like, that's the genre I'm the most into personally. It's just, like, everything about this. And I know there's another rock song we have that has questionable lyrics about women in them. But, like, I'll give that, like, San Marino also is another song with questionable lyrics about women. I'll give that a pass because in the song, it's being sung from the point of view of the woman.
Of the woman, yeah.
It's not, like, it's like you're taking that objectification and applying it to yourself, whereas with this song, you're objectifying someone. And it's just like, no, not mine. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like it because of the lyrics alone. All right, so unique elements. It's a rock song.
Yellow.
That's staging wise. Just it's a lot of yellow, and I'm not like
Some budget animations, like those looked bad, yo. Like those did not look good.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. No. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. The vocal was off. Can it be performed live? I know Lori can sing live. Or Lowry.
It doesn't matter if
sing
it
live.
live. I mean, like, it doesn't matter, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, like, the vocal wasn't the best at UMK. I know he sings better than that.
I thought the vocal was awful.
Will we stream it? No.
Every so often. I mean, sometimes I'm in the mood, sometimes I'm not.
No. Because what happens is, if you ask my sister about what happens if there's a song that comes on with lyrics I hate, I can only hate. And will it qualify?
Probably. I have a feeling
it's going to probably qualify because it's opening up that semi. And
it's Rasmus, so like
and you tend to open on a song that's, and like, who's voting in that semi? Yeah, I can see it qualifying. Like, they're not starting from zero as far as where they're going to get points from. I'm not ending it either. Yeah, that's how we feel about Jezebel.
From one song, you look to another one.
We're going to talk about a song I actually kind of enjoy, Iceland. So, let's talk about Iceland, baby.
No, that's not the next one.
Is it not? It is on my list.
The next one is Norway, and then Iceland.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have Iceland on my notes first. I'm going to talk about Iceland. We'll talk about Norway later.
Let's do it.
Let's just talk about it. We're going to focus on Iceland.
Yeah, let's do it. No, honestly, like, I want to.
Because I am going to just rearrange my notes here real quick. I like Iceland, okay? The song is called Hækkandi by Systur.
Y'all stop underrating this song. I swear. Y'all need to stop underrating this song. It is gorgeous. Lyrically, okay, the lyrics. This is a poem. And it's just so delectable. Like, and especially because it's in Icelandic and executed so well, the rhyme scheme in Icelandic. Like, I would absolutely never edit this. Like, it's just too perfect. I love the lyrics.
In elementary school, or not, in high school, did you guys ever have to read Old English out loud, like Old English poetry? Like, in Old English, still? Yeah, this takes me back to that. Because it's like, the closest language probably to Old English that we still have is Icelandic. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's how I know how to read the letters. It's from English class in high school. This is beautiful. Like, this song, and, like, the rhyme scheme is perfect in Icelandic. It sounds so pretty in Icelandic. Lyrically, when you translate it into English.
Such a beautiful lane.
The heavy sea is a silent soul. The heavy trial surrounded by wounds of sadness. An alluring desire burning like fire. Lies hidden, a secret, hush hush. That's beautiful. Like, that's the opening.
See, that is just chocolate. It's just such beautiful language. I love it.
And, like, the way the song is structured, it's not like a verse, chorus. It's like, I guess verse. I would use poetry lines, like stanza. Then you get hit with a chorus. Stanza, chorus, stanza. You know, it kind of works more like that rather than, like, verses. Like, it's just, like, there's other stuff in here. It's very much, and it makes you think of Iceland. Because, like, there's like, the chorus has lines, in the dark winter, the sun is rising. So that's, like, as, you know, they're up near the Arctic Circle, so in the wintertime, they don't really see the sun. And, like, finally you're getting that sunshine, and that's a hopeful event. Melts the ice of the heart. So that's now tying over. Winter is now thawing over into spring. And then my heart, like, my cold ice heart is being melted by your presence. It's kind of tying in the elements of the environment with the elements of a person. And, like, in the dark winter, the kind of spring warms your heart, warms your wings again. So it's like, again, it's hopeful. And it's tying in, you know, personal things to the surrounding environment. And I love that. I think this is done beautifully. It's done absolutely beautifully here. Oh my gosh, I can gush on this for hours. Now, if I want to talk about production and genre and all and unique elements, I'm going to tie those three together. If I had to name a Eurovision song, this gives me the vibe of it the most. We're going to go back to 1966, and we're going to talk about one of my absolute favorite Eurovision songs of all time. Intet Amnet Undersol.
Yep, I knew that's what you were going to say.
By Austin
All right,
Dublin.
Norway 96, everybody.
1966.
The girl with that,
66.
with this hair.
Yeah. They don't sound.
Yes.
They're both folky songs, guitar driven. And they draw you in. And both songs make me think of The Seventh Seal. I think that's the name of the movie. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the movie. It's giving me Ingmar Bergman vibes here, which, yeah, like I'm a big fan of weird Scandinavian cinema, apparently. A Scandinavian art house cinema, apparently. It's got like that same kind of mood. It's very introspective, but still hopeful at the same time. Because in my theory, personally, when it comes to like this song fits that. It kind of fits that whole like kind of like death, but not death, and life, and oh, it's so good. Oh. So
I'm actually type production and genre and unique elements together too. So you guys, I personally don't see why we hold like the Italian song Brividi up to the standard, like, oh my god, like it's so soft, it's so excellent, it's so poetic, and don't see the same thing for Iceland. Like I would say that they are on equal par in terms of just, yes, there is an exceeding softness, an exceeding lightness, but once you access that, you are just open, you're just privy to this world that's so gorgeous. It's 3 minutes that you absolutely don't want to end. That is something that this song uniquely has. Like it doesn't need like a big vocal moment to carry it over. No. It has just a very delicate softness, which, like, once you understand it, you really take it in, and I absolutely adore that. If you know me, you know that that's the type of song that is typically my favorite.
With this one, you mentioned Brividi. The guitar on Brividi that kind of comes in, like you hear the piano chord, like the dun, and then you hear the guitar that comes in.
Yeah,
this
like
song
guitar.
does the same thing with the guitar. You know what I mean? Like, that
Yeah.
electronic guitar they're using is, like, the way it's tuned and the way that the notes are being played out, it kind of, like, makes an atmosphere for the whole song. And then you have the acoustic guitar layered on top of it. And it's, like, all three of them are playing guitars. They're not playing a bass. It's, like, it's three guitars being used. And the way that the electronic... Oh, God, the harmonies in the vocal is so beautiful and so haunting. And, like, it just works really well for, like, that folksy sound. It's, like, taking the... I love this, if you guys can't tell. It takes the best things about the song from the Netherlands, which is that kind of like folksy element, then it umps it with the harmony on it. So that harmony, we talked about Greece earlier and how the harmonies work on that one briefly. Harmonies coming in on this, and that guitar, oh, this is good. This is so good. This is so good.
Oh, so good.
This is so beautiful.
I think it's honestly one of my favorite Icelandic songs ever.
I like it when Iceland does folk. They don't do it often, but when Iceland does folk, they do it right. And I appreciate it. Like, I just think that this song is the bee's knees. Like, it's so good. And then we have our next section, which is how well can it be performed live beautifully?
Well,
like they did it three times. They did it 3 times. Yeah, it's fantastic live. Would we stream it? Yes.
Catch me if I've skipped it. Catch me if I've skipped it. Name one time.
I don't think I've ever skipped it in my life. I'm never going to skip it.
Yeah.
I love it too much. Maybe if I had like, I'm not going to skip it. And do we think it's going to qualify?
You say your answer first.
No.
Yeah, no. I'm so sorry, and I'm so sad, but there are some songs where we just, like, have to write off because of how the show's going to be executed, most likely. And it's not going to benefit our girls here, despite the fact that this is one of the most artful entries.
Yeah. No, I love this song, but I know when I'm being delusional. And it would be in my final, but when it comes to Eurovision, I just don't trust Europe to work. I just don't, because like Iceland, lately they've been kind of in a place where they kind of struggle to qualify. And when I say lately, I mean like, think about it. they didn't qualify for most of the 2010s.
Oh, I barely remember them in the 2010s.
I mean, I do, but I'm also like a big fan of Iceland.
Mm.
So yeah, like they just, you know, the last 3 years, I guess they did, because there was no way if 2020 would have happened, there was no way in hell that Dathi and Gagna Magnus was not going to qualify in 2020.
No, yeah, they were more or less on course to win.
They were going to win.
Tiny slight segue though, you guys, Daði Freyr is performing here in San Francisco tonight, and I'm gonna go see him. So
have fun.
Yep,
yeah,
I'll try to.
I don't see him coming to DC at all. When I looked at his like dates and stuff, I didn't see him coming here. But I did get tickets to both Måneskin and Stroma the same weekend in December. So that Saturday I'm seeing Stroma, and then I'm gonna go back to the same venue on Monday and see Måneskin. I'm not gonna be able to talk for the first week of December.
I'm so jealous.
It just so happened. It just so happened to be the same weekend, and like it was the same weekend at the same venue. And I was like, okay, why not? That's an off-topic thing, but let's go ahead and let's go back to talking about our songs competing at Eurovision.
Yes.
We're now going to talk about Norway.
Now we're going to talk about Norway.
Do you want me to start?
Lyric.
Do you want me to start?
Go ahead. Whatever you like.
I have notes. I was lulled into a false sense of security when I first heard this song. And I say that because I heard, ooh, Norway is sending, like, Norway has, like, these entry that people really like. That's a lot of fun. Okay, cool. I trust Norway. Norway's a country at Eurovision I consistently like. And then they were like, yeah, and, like, their whole thing is about being their whole act is about being...
About something?
About, like, they're wolves from the moon. Okay, I'm in. I like that. Okay. Wolves from the Moon who are galactic pop stars. Real quick one time. Sarah, they're playing at the anthem. Sorry. I think Sarah just asked the question about music. Okay. Sorry. At the anthem. And yeah, I'm vibing. I'm in it. So then we hit the song. The song starts, ooh, like, okay, that's pretty. Like that vocal kind of intro there. Play first verse. You know, we've got some little jokey lines about that hairy coat of yours with nothing underneath. Made me laugh. Not sure if you have a name, so I will call you Keith. Funny. Made me laugh. Keep going through. Oh, you don't like the name Keith? I'm going to call you Jim. I laughed. Then we hit the pre-chorus, and everything changed. I don't like it. I thought it was a good song until the first pre-chorus hit. And then that whole... And before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana. At that point, I was done. I clocked out. And then seeing the lyrics on the screen pop up of that, cannot stand it. And then the yum yums, it's like, okay, I have the lyrics printed out because I'm old. So I'm going to hold them up to the screen. Like, see the double line there? Right? And then it continues on. It's mostly chorus. It's mostly chorus. And post-chorus. It's like, it's... no. Sorry. I don't like this. And a lot of why I don't like it is in the lyrics. Also, I hate bananas. I think they're disgusting.
That's a cherry on top right there.
I hate them. I hate bananas. Ask anyone who knows me. There's one food I hate, it's bananas.
That's good to know. That's good to know if I ever cook.
I don't like plantains either, so now you know that.
That's a very important distinction, too.
Mm-hmm. I don't like either.
In terms of lyrics, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like, you kind of, like, you had a more visceral reaction to the fact that the chorus had, like, those lyrics and, like, the beginning was, like, kind of fun. I didn't even really access the fun in the beginning. I mean, like, I personally would say the production and genre carry the lyrics a little bit more, because typically I like fun lyrics. I wasn't super drawn into these ones, though. Production and genre, this is, like, if I can, like, segue over to that, it's very Norway, kind of like dubsteppy, EDM-y, like circa 2014, DJ Broiler kind of sound, if you're familiar with that era of Norwegian pop. That's what it took me back to. I mean,
Which
I kind of like.
mind. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really don't. My issue is like it's not like with Jezebel where it's like the lyrics just make me so full of rage. It's like I'm looking at the structure of the song. There's one verse. There's one verse. It's
one verse.
Outro, one verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Oh, I'm sorry. There's two verses. I apologize. The second verse is just literally 3 lines long though. So you have outro, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, which is 1, 2, 3 lines long. Pre-chorus again, chorus, bridge, chorus, and then outro.
Yeah.
And it's mostly na-na-nas and yum-yum-yums. It's so, ugh. Yeah, the production's fine. It has good production, but good production can only take you so far.
Yeah, the production takes me a little bit further than you, I think, but also not like miles ahead.
Yeah, no. I'm not into this. And unique elements. It says yum a lot.
Yum. I mean, like, these are the only... This is the only act that like has like a full visual ensemble, and that came to Eurovision with that already solidly in place.
Which I'm into. I like that idea.
Yeah.
No, wait. Yes, you're right. Sorry, you're right. When you said visual, not like something else. I forgot you said the word visual. I like the ideas behind this. I just don't like the execution. I cannot stand this song. It's not my last place, but it's down there. It's hanging out in that area. There's 2 other songs beneath it still. Maybe one other one might work its way down there because I'm having my patience tested. Would we stream it?
I said we don't see.
Yeah. Would you stream this?
I'd say like 60-40, 60 being no.
I'm not ever.
So like 6 out of 10 times no for me.
I stream it right now because it's Eurovision season. I'm trying to like go through and see what's going to qualify and what's not.
But by May 13th, you're just gonna.
Yeah, no, I'm done after Eurovision season's over, and it's gonna qualify. I don't think it should, but it's going to.
It'll probably land top 10. Well, I mean, just like it'll probably land top 10. I'm just already accepting that.
I'm accepting it too. Doesn't mean I have to enjoy it. If it's gonna, I can see this winning the televote.
Semi?
No, the televote.
Imagine.
I can see this winning the televote.
Oh my god!
It's not gonna win the contest. The juries will make sure of that.
But Norway has a habit of doing well in the televote.
They do, because okay. I have a whole thing about Norwegian music, and I don't want this. I don't like it. Make it go away. I'm done.
I did not even think about that until now. What if Subwoolfer wins the televote?
They're gonna win the televote. I can see them. Well, I'm not gonna say they're gonna win the televote. I'm just saying I can see where they win the televote.
The jury better cinder block them into a river.
They're gonna cinder block them into the Marianas Trench. Right down there. Right into the Challenger Deep. That's your job, juries. And even then, it's fine production-wise. You know what I mean?
The production's so clean.
I can see why people enjoy this from a musical standpoint. I just hate it. Like, that's the thing, is like, if I hate something, I can still talk about why I think other people might enjoy it. It's just my personal taste, where it's like, this is not for me, this will never be for me, and I'm gonna have to just deal with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead, and we're gonna talk about Sweden. Because I want to be nice now. Hi, Sweden, I love you. So, we're gonna talk about Sweden, and the song is Hold Me Closer. Or Hold Me Close by Cornelia Jakobs.
Ms. Cornelia, would you like to start first, or would you like me to start first?
I've lived this song. Like, lyrically, I've been here. This is a breakup song where it's like, it's not like your typical breakup song, which is very empowering and like, I'm leaving you because you're trash. This is like, I don't want this to be over. I'm desperate for it not to be over. It's going to be over, but I don't I need it to not be. I need it to be us staying together. I need that consistency. I need you in my life. And, like, come on, like, the first line is no need to apologize. So that's clearly, like, you just were told, I'm gonna dump you now, bye. And the person's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, we're not playing that. Like, no need to apologize. Because there's nothing to regret. Like,
Oh, goodness. You see, like, I agree. This is so ridiculously raw. It is probably the most raw song out of all of the ones we have in this lineup. And it doesn't even need like poetic rhythm. It doesn't need kind of like a shock lyric or anything. It's just so raw. It's just so emotionally true. And
yeah.
that's what got me. That's what got me the first time I heard it. I just heard the lyrics and I was like, wow, this completely outdoes the standard for anything I would lyrically hear from Sweden, even from their winners.
Yeah. It's good. It's so good. And, like, the way it's performed, it's like you feel it. And, like, there's, because I'm popping in the production and genre and all the other good stuff, unique elements, tying those all three together. It's sleek, good Swedish pop production. We love it. No one produces a pop song like the Swedes, period. Genre.
Yeah, and they need to stick with that, honestly.
Oh, God, I love it. I love it. Now, this song, yo, the way Cornelia performs it, with the perfect imperfections, her voice is raw. It, like, breaks at certain points. Like, it's all, like, you know, it's being done.
So raspy, but it's so, like, rich, you know? Like, she is the vocalist. She is the singer of this song. That's it.
Yeah. Like, it's complete and utter perfection. Like, I have nothing... There's nothing else to say besides the song is perfection. Like, even, like, with the lyrical content, mixing that with the production and mixing it with the choices when she's performing it, it's like all of it ties together so perfectly, and it's all very polished and very choreographed, but it's polished and choreographed in a way where it doesn't make you go, oh, come on, Sweden, you're just, like, you're doing too much. You know what I mean? Because Sweden always sends a good overall polished, package. But this is
when the song is included?
Yeah, well, and the song is always the song tends to be pretty polished as well. Everything with Sweden is a good manufactured product. Okay. Here's the thing. Sometimes a good manufactured product is what you want, what you need. You don't need to go bespoke all the time. You know? So, you know what? You go to IKEA. IKEA is a very successful business for a reason. And this is giving me IKEA production. IKEA production quality. Like, you know, it's not the most sturdy, you know. But, okay, again, you can't make them insane. But every once in a while, you need something from IKEA. Every once in a while, you do need something from IKEA. Let me move my head. Can you see it? No, you can't. I'm not going to move my camera either.
You need, like, a plant or some coasters.
I got IKEA behind me. Do I have anything else from IKEA near me? No, I do not.
No, I have a ton of IKEA stuff in my apartment, but I just don't have anything right near me. Darn it.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you know what? The bed I used to have came from IKEA. I still have that bed. It's in my guest room now. It came from IKEA because it's what I needed at the time, was that IKEA bed. I saw it on their catalog. I was like, I want that bed. I need that bed. This is the what's the name of that bed? The love, whatever, of Eurovision songs. Like, I need this. I like this. I want this. Like, it's so good production-wise. It's so good genre-wise. Yeah, sorry. Now, can it be performed live? Yes.
Well, I mean, like, it's one of the best live performances of the year.
Yeah.
Really quickly, I just want to touch on unique elements, though.
Oh, sorry.
So, so basically, like, I really love how this song... So when I was interviewing Jude York from Australia Decides, he mentioned that it's just, like, his favorite song is a dance cry song, and that, like, if it's done really well, it's his favorite. This is one of those really good dance cry songs, in my opinion. It starts off, like, sad melancholy, but when the beat kicks in, you're still crying. When the beat kicks in and it's hard as hell, you're still crying, and the song just becomes that much more impactful. That's my unique element there.
I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh, right? Yeah, no, I see the Robin. I see the comparison to Robin. That's like the artist I'm thinking of.
It is Robin-esque. Yeah, it's like call your girlfriend Robin kind of feeling.
No, not call.
Not call your girlfriend.
It would be dancing on my own.
Dancing on. Oh yeah, you're
call
right.
Your girlfriend is like call your girlfriend Robin. If we're gonna go with Robin lyrics, call your girlfriend is who is the song for who Cornelia is leaving. The person Cornelia
about her.
Yep, Cornelia. Not Cornelia. Robin's thinking about Cornelia. Like, you need to go call her. And this is the conversation that happens because I met someone new. No, we have to listen to those two songs. After
10-ish years, we've come full circle in like Swedish dance cry pop. You guys, we have found the last piece of the puzzle.
Listen to Call Your Girlfriend, and this is the result of Call Your Girlfriend. This is now.
That'll be my next article.
There you go, perfect. So yeah, this is the sequel to Call Your Girlfriend, y'all. It's Hold Me Close. So.
And yes, how well can it be performed live? The answer is yes. The answer is just simply yes.
It's so good. It's performed perfectly live. Cornelia sounds amazing. Yeah, I
never skipped it. I never skipped the song. You never will. You really never will.
You know how, like in Sweden, when a song qualifies for the final, direct to final, you don't get to listen to it for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
They're so messed up for that.
I celebrated when this came on. I was like, yeah, I can listen to this now. I didn't care about Melfest that much this year. But I cared about this song, and when I was able to stream it, I was excited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This song just has like an I can win Eurovision sound, you know?
It does. I think it will. I mean, I don't think it's one of those songs that's in contention to win. There's a pack of like 5 songs I think are going to possibly win. I mentioned last week Lithuania is one of those songs I still think can possibly win. This is another one of those.
Yes, definitely.
And so it's going to qualify. No.
It's definitely qualify. It has a pimp spot. It has one of the greatest spots.
It has a great spot. And we can't even go, Bjorkman, because Bjorkman's not involved anymore.
But I mean, like, even if that were the case, let him just be a little patriotic with this. Just like, y'all can be patriotic.
I'll give him a pass on it. I'm just reading comments.
Y'all get a pass this time. Mm-hmm.
Georgios Papadopoulos says, I think Sweden has the highest chance of winning this year. I mean, I hope it's Greece, since I am Greek, but... Mm-hmm. If I'm honest to myself, my gut says Sweden will win. I see what you're saying there, and I agree with that statement. Greece is another song that I think is in contention to win still. Like, there's a pack of 5 songs, and Greece is one of them. So
realistically, yes, I do see why you include Greece there. I just have not thought completely of how my list looks.
Yeah, I think Greece is one of the ones that's possibly going to win the overall contest. And yeah, Georgios also says it's going to win the semifinal, no question. This is winning semi too. Like, there's... What does it have to compete against that could possibly come up?
Who else is here?
The rest of these girls ain't coming to play. No,
I mean, given my first place is in the semifinal, but I'm still just like, who?
Yeah, who? Like, who's gonna... Yeah, Sweden has a great chance of winning. Like, there's no way. Sarah Hawkins. Sweden has a good chance of winning. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, like... When it came down to between Anders Bagge and Cornelia Jakobs, the jury of Sweden saved you.
The international juries, we had to tell you what was right.
I don't often agree with international juries. I usually agree with the Swedish public, personally. Historically speaking. This year, y'all were wrong, Sweden. Anders, he would have not qualified. Genuinely speaking, if you would have chosen...
It would have been smaller than the universe, y'all.
If you would have chosen any other song, if any other song won Melfest, we would be talking about Sweden not qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Liamu, he would qualify, but he'd come maybe 20... He'd come 18th. He'd be kind of down there.
But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, it was dire.
Melfest was a struggle to sit through this year, you guys. And I also didn't love the new format.
Just reading the comments still. Oh, I'm sorry. Georgios is actually correct. Georgios Papadopoulos says, it will be a Bulgaria 2017 semi-win with over 400 points. Yeah.
I see that. I actually do see that happening.
I see that easily. Sarah Hawkins would not be mad at another Swedish Euro party. Honestly, Sweden knows how to host Eurovision.
They're so great at it, and not to mention they treat press really well. They treat the audience really well. They're really good at publicity. They're overall great at a show. It's just the songs themselves typically aren't this good.
The tickets would have already gone on sale 4 months ago.
That would have been our Christmas present. That would have been our Christmas present last year.
Tickets would have gone on sale already. We wouldn't be waiting another week for tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm done being shady. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Germany. So, Germany.
Oh, Malik.
Song is Rockstars by Malik Harris.
Our
Honestly,
little brother.
You know what? He could be one of my cousins. Like, he comes from my family's move of going to Germany and getting married in Germany and living in Germany.
Doesn't he also have like a military dad? An American military dad?
I don't know if his dad's in the military or not. I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked. The U.S. Fun fact: if you want to know what country the most people who are American who don't live in the U.S. anymore live in, it's Germany. That's just most.
Including my cousins, actually. So that is actually true in my family as well.
Yeah.
For Germany,
yeah.
Specifically.
Now, were your cousins in the military?
No, but they were military kids.
Okay, there
All
you go.
that. Yeah, run of the mill story.
Right. So, typically, like my uncle moved there in the 50s. He's been there since the 50s. And he's been ever since then. He's been trying to convince everyone else to go join him.
I mean, Germany's great.
Yeah. So
the Rockstars.
Yeah, the song's called Rockstars with Malik Harris. And we're going to talk about lyrical content.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? This is not bad lyrically. What it is though is college English class assignment poetry.
There we go. Okay. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just very.
You could tell how young he is just by how the lyrics were constructed, almost.
Yeah.
Almost. Mm-hmm. No, actually, should I even say that? I don't know, but yes, I do agree with the notion that
it comes off as like a school assignment for me. Yeah, it just comes off kind of like as a school assignment lyrically to me. I'm not saying that in a bad way or like as a dig. It's just like that's what I'm getting. And I mean, like, yeah, that's just how I kind of feel about this lyrically. Like, nothing in these lyrics stand out negative or positive to me.
Mm-hmm.
It just, they exist.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna be a little bit more harsh with my
looking here at like the chorus does have to do with like disillusionment of ideals. Like, look where we are. We used to be the rock stars who never thought of no harm. Till this thing we called life stopped gleaming. Wish there was a way we could go back to dreaming. So I do like that.
Yeah.
The chorus does have a strong sentiment of, hey, we used to be like, as kids, we were like, yeah, we're at the top of the world. We're not gonna stop. And like, when you become an adult, you find out the world kind of sucks. So this is, relatable in that aspect. So I do think that is a strong element to have. But like,
yes.
Other than that, like, there's not really anything about this that stands out to me. It's a very neutral set of lyrics for me.
Yeah. Okay, so I do agree with the notion that the chorus does have kind of like the lyrical momentum here. I do like the message that the chorus does carry, and it's pretty clear, but it's very, very, very hard to include a spoken word section in a song and for it to land properly. So, I mean, I know that this was like a tall order, this was a big ask, but the spoken word section, and I don't even really consume spoken word poetry, that's not even something that like I consume mainly, but like I can recognize good spoken word poetry. I did not receive that here. And I say that in the sense where Macklemore really switched everything up when it came to Northern Europe and how they approach hip-hop and rap and poetry in general. Everything feels like it has to go in like a Macklemore / B.O.B., even / Eminem direction, even though Eminem had like way more of an impact on that scene prior to like the heyday of Macklemore 2013-ish. in 2009, including like B.O.B. But that sound has more or less stuck there.
Yeah.
Especially with storytelling type poetry and rap that comes out of this area of the world like this. I don't like how it was executed, and it is specifically like the spoken word section of the song that I just kind of feel I didn't want it to be overkill, but it's the fact that I wasn't like drawn in by, because like spoken word, it's extremely hard to pull off. You're like firing an arrow through like the Ivan axe, pretty much. It's really hard. So I respect the fact that he did try that, but it is the thing that is dragging me down.
So I mentioned my uncle who lives in Germany for a second there. He loves rap music, which is, I mean, but usually people are shocked because he's like in his late 70s. He loves rap music. He gets disappointed by rappers who come to Germany. He's like, they don't even put on a good show anymore. They're like, they just show up, take your money, and go. Like he has a whole, like, you should listen to his rant. It's actually kind of hilarious. Him talking trash about 50 Cent specifically.
Ooh.
That stands out in my mind. He's like, he came in, played like maybe an hour and left. And I was like, no encore. What the heck's that? He's like, I wasted my money on those tickets late. You know, he's like, oh, because he goes to a lot of concerts in Germany still. Like, so he'll go see like German performers and things. So, you know, he does live music. And my cousin, he runs a music venue. Like, that's his job. He's a booker for a music venue. And so, you know, hook his dad up with some tickets. When it comes to the style, it is very Macklemore. That, like, when you say Macklemore, this is very Macklemore.
Has a grip. He has such a strong grip after like 10 years.
And we've basically forgotten about him here.
Of the world.
Like, we just were done. We're like, whatever. He had a chance. Spoken word can work. Alina Posh showed us spoken word can work.
Mm-hmm. I'm a girl from a small town. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't doing that. Like, there's nothing...
No.
I want the spoken word part just cut out. And it's also not the genre for that. This is like kind of like a pop rock ballad. If it was an R&B song, it could work.
Rap, pop. It's like if you took all the genres that were hot in 2010 and combined them.
Oh my gosh, you're so mean. Just kidding, you're right. I can't.
Yeah.
Can't. Like, production-wise, this is fine. There's no issues with it production-wise. Genre-wise, it's a little bit of everything. The unique elements drag it down. Okay.
Oh, here's the unique element. I got it.
And it has to be a cell phone. It can't be a lighter. It's got to be a cell phone.
It has to be a cell phone. That's pretty much it for me, though. That's the unique element I can like point out.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that he's a rapper with a guitar.
I mean, I can think of other rappers who've had guitars.
I cannot.
I mean, every once in a while you get rappers who think they want to be rockers. Yeah, no.
Even Kelly.
Huh? Oh no, God. Yeah, he did switch over to rock, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that happened.
Yep, that happened.
That happened. No, I was gonna say, I like Circles by Post Malone. That was a good song.
Circles is one of his best songs. Yeah. Well, then again, I mean, his transition was a bit smoother because he always had kind of like a rock history to him. So, like,
he started out doing rock music and was like, this is hard. And, yeah, no. Yeah. I'm sorry. Let's talk about
melodic rap, but that works. Yeah.
Would we stream it? No. Outside of
I do occasionally, but I just tune out the spoken word part.
Yeah, no. I don't. And left side or right side of the scoreboard?
Right side.
Bottom right. This is the weakest song we know is going to be in the final.
Well, it's the weakest of the big five, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, without a shadow of a doubt.
But anything qualifying, I don't think is going to be weaker than this.
Huh. You think so?
I know Germany wanted to go for something that was radio friendly. Germany, who listens to the radio still in your country? I've asked Germans. They don't listen to the radio. My uncle...
We're all streaming. Like, this is the Western developed world. We're all on Spotify, Apple Music, and whatever streaming services we have.
My uncle is almost 80 years old. He uses Spotify like a human being. Who uses the radio anymore? Who? Can someone
See,
tell
I would
me?
love to just like share a bottle of Hennessy with your uncle at this rate. That would
Honestly,
be.
he loves Hennessy. So yes.
So do I. Hey.
He loves Hennessy. So you guys can
I'll be your new
have a
nephew.
bottle of Hennessy together.
Yes.
He also hates California, but that's a whole other thing. So
I also hate California.
there you go.
Like, I mean, like
Honestly-
despite me loving this state, like every 1 second every year, I hate this place.
Yeah, honestly, everyone likes my uncle. Okay, everyone likes my uncle, like for real. Anyone who meets him loves him to pieces because he's freaking awesome. Yeah, sorry. Like, yeah, Georgios. I think Georgios Papadopoulos. You said that you live in Germany. Nope, Germans use Spotify. You live here. Exactly.
Yeah,
Or some kind of
it's
streaming.
radio friendly, but who listens to the radio nowadays?
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
ooh, I just dropped an orange. So now we're gonna just kind of go back. I think we said that we think that Australia is gonna qualify.
Mhm.
And Denmark, you said no to. I said yes to. Finland, we both said yes is gonna qualify. Norway, we both said yes. Iceland, we both said no.
Beat myself up over that.
Yeah, I know. Sweden's qualifying without a shadow of a doubt. That's going to happen. I think that in this pot, the Nordics are pretty safe coming through.
I mean, generally they are, unless it's Stockholm 16, and then
What happened then?
Cut all you out.
They
I don't
all
care
got
for me.
wiped out. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what we're thinking as far as those rankings go. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week.
This
Hopefully,
was a really long, complicated stream, you guys. Thank you so much for sitting through it. Like,
yeah.
you have been amazing. Thank you for all the feedback, and also Sarah. This is what the streams just kind of look like every so often.
Oh yeah, and Sarah says that our state is so fun. So I think she's in California as well as you. Unless she's in Virginia, then hi, I like Virginia.
Yeah, like let us know where you're from so we can try to coordinate or so.
Yeah, so yeah, I am sad that we're gonna be losing Iceland. Most likely. If I'm wrong, I'll be ecstatic. If I am wrong and Iceland qualifies, I'll be absolutely ecstatic. And I'll be like, oh, I'm so happy I was wrong there.
I will shave my head again.
I mean, I'm okay with shaving my head again.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to grow it out, but then every once I'm like, maybe I should shave it again.
Oh yeah, I'm shaving my head out too.
Okay, so yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Articles that we discussed for the Eurovision Fam, the merch store, all that other good stuff is going to be in the description box below. I'll also, if you're watching this later, there's, cards throughout that I put in.
Check out our shorts. Check out our shorts, and we also have a TikTok account now.
Yeah, we do have shorts. I love our shorts. So, thank you so much for joining us here. We'll be back next week, and we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to be reviewing another pot of 7 songs, and we're going to talk about the London Pre-Party a little bit, too. And then whatever else pops up.
See if P. Maria's real, yeah.
I know, I'm excited to find out if she's real or not. That's that's my personal thing I'm excited for. But thank you guys again. And we will see you later. Bye-bye. And I need to figure out why my mouse... I'm still talking. I'm sorry, guys. I'm rambling. Here we go.